Right now, at this very second, somewhere in the world, a person just took their last breath. Their eyes closed, their chest stopped moving, and everyone around them broke down in tears. But here is the question no one around them could answer. What happened to that person the moment they left this world? Where did they go? What did they see? What did they feel? This is not a philosophical debate. This is not a theory. Islam has given us a detailed, step-by-step account of exactly what happens the moment you die, and it will change the way you live your life starting today. Stay with me, because what I am about to share with you is something every single human being on this planet needs to hear. Let us start at the very beginning, the moment of death itself. Most people assume death is simply the body shutting down, a biological event with nothing more behind it. But Islam tells us something far more profound. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, chapter 39, verse 42, that He takes the souls at the time of their death. Not a machine, not chance, not nature. Allah Himself commands the angel of death, known as Malakul Maut or Azrael, to come for your soul at the precise moment that was written for you before you were even born. Your ajal, your appointed time of death, is fixed. It cannot be moved forward or pushed back by even a single second. And when that moment arrives, no amount of medicine, wealth, power, or prayer from others can delay it. The angel of death arrives, and what happens next depends entirely on the life you lived. For the righteous believer, the experience is described in a hadith reported by Al-Bayhaqi. The angel of death comes with a face full of light. He comes gently, the way someone would carefully remove a silk thread from water. The soul slips out easily, peacefully, and the angels who gather around the believer greet him with fragrance and white silk. There is no pain in that transition. There is only relief. There is only arrival. But for the one who turned away from Allah, who spent their life in heedlessness, the experience is completely different. The angel of death comes and the soul resists. It does not want to leave the body, and so it is pulled out the way thorns are dragged through wet wool, tearing, ripping, leaving nothing behind painlessly. This is not meant to frighten you without purpose. This is meant to make you understand that how we leave this world is directly connected to how we lived in it. Now the soul has left the body, but the journey is far from over. In fact, this is where it truly begins. The soul is now carried upward through the skies. The prophetic narrations describe a remarkable scene. The righteous soul is wrapped in the finest fragrance and carried by the angels through the first sky, then the second, then the third, all the way up through the 7 heavens. At each gate, the angels ask, "Who is this?" And the angels carrying the soul announce his name and say that he was righteous in the world. And the gates open. The soul is taken all the way to the highest point and presented before Allah. And in that moment, Allah commands that the record of this soul be placed in Iliyin, the highest register, the place where the records of the righteous are kept. And then, Allah commands something that fills the heart with hope. He says, "Return my servant to the earth, for I have promised that from it they were created, and to it they will return, and from it they will be raised again." For the sinful soul, the narration is heartbreaking. The soul is wrapped in the stench of sin and carried upward. And when the angels reach the first gate of the sky, it is shut, closed. The soul is turned away. The record of this person is cast down into the lowest depths, a place called Sijin. And then this soul too is sent back to the earth, to the grave, to wait. And now we arrive at one of the most sobering stages of the afterlife, the grave itself. This is called the Barzakh, an Arabic word meaning barrier or partition. It is the realm that exists between this world and the day of judgment. You cannot see it. The people sitting at your graveside cannot see it. But it is as real as anything you have ever touched or felt in your life. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that the grave is either a garden from the gardens of paradise or a pit from the pits of hellfire. Think about that. The same patch of earth can be completely different depending on who is inside it. For one person, it opens wide and fills with light. For another, it closes in until the bones press against each other. Before any of that happens, every single soul, without exception, will face the questioning of the grave. Two angels, Munkar and Nakir, will come to you. You will be sat upright in your grave, and they will ask you 3 questions. Who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is this man who was sent among you? These questions sound simple, but the Prophet, peace be upon him, warned that without true faith, without actual conviction in the heart, a person will not be able to answer. They will stammer. They will say, I do not know. I heard people saying something and I just repeated it. And that answer will seal their fate in the grave. But the true believer, the one who prayed, who remembered Allah, who strove to live with sincerity, will answer with complete certainty. My Lord is Allah. My religion is Islam. And that man is the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And at that answer, a voice will call out from the sky saying, my servant has spoken the truth. And the grave will expand into a paradise that stretches as far as the eye can see. Here is something that very few people stop to think about. The Barzakh is not simply a waiting room where your soul sits in silence until the day of judgment. The souls are alive. They experience, they feel. Ibn al-Qayyim, one of the greatest Islamic scholars, explained in his monumental work, Kitab al-Ruh, that the souls of the righteous are divided into stations. The souls of the prophets dwell in the highest point of paradise itself. The souls of the martyrs, those who died in the way of Allah, are placed inside green birds that fly freely through paradise, landing wherever they wish, eating from its fruits, resting beneath the throne of Allah. And at night, they return to their resting place, to their light, to their peace. These are not metaphors. These are narrations from the Prophet, peace be upon him, reported in Sahih Muslim and Musnad Ahmad. The souls of the ordinary righteous believers are kept at the gates of paradise, waiting, but not in darkness, not in loneliness, not in fear. And throughout all of this, your body in the grave, your soul in the Barzakh, time is passing in the world of the living. Generations rise and fall. Civilizations are built and destroyed. Centuries come and go. But for the soul in the Barzakh, it can feel like only a short nap. The Quran tells us that on the day of resurrection, people will ask each other how long they stayed in the earth, and they will say, a day or perhaps part of a day. What feels like an eternity to the suffering soul, what feels like a brief rest to the blessed soul. In reality, the world will have aged 1,000 years, and then the trumpet will be blown. One single blast from the angel Israfil, and everything in the heavens and the earth will be destroyed. The mountains will become dust, the oceans will boil over, the stars will fall, the entire universe as we know it will cease to exist, and then a second blast, and every single soul that ever lived, from Adam, the first human being, to the very last person born before the end of time, will rise. This is Yawm al-Qiyamah, the day of resurrection, the day of standing. The Quran says people will come out of their graves like scattered locusts, bewildered, terrified, racing toward a gathering they cannot escape. The sun on that day will be brought close. Some narrations say it will be only a mile away, and people will be drowning in their own sweat based on the weight of their sins. Some will be submerged up to their ankles, others up to their chests, and some will be completely overwhelmed. But the righteous will stand in the cool shade of Allah's throne. Every single person will then receive their book of deeds. Every thought, every word, every action, every second of every day of your entire life recorded. Nothing missed, nothing forgotten. The Quran says you will be shown things you had completely forgotten about. Small acts of kindness you never thought mattered. Words of cruelty you dismissed years ago. And then the scale, the mizan, will be set up. Your deeds will be weighed, and the weight of sincerity, of prayer, of a kind word, of feeding the poor, of lowering your gaze, of being patient in hardship, these things may outweigh mountains of bad deeds through the mercy of Allah. And after all of this, every soul will cross the Sirat, a bridge stretched over the fires of hell, thinner than a hair and sharper than a sword. The speed at which a person crosses it depends on their deeds. Some will fly across like lightning, others like wind, others will walk, others will crawl, and some will fall. And on the other side of that bridge, for those who make it, is an eternity that no human mind can fully comprehend. Jannah, paradise, where the rivers flow with honey, where the palaces are built from bricks of gold and silver, where the lowest person in paradise will have 10 times the world and everything in it, where there is no grief, no sickness, no aging, no death, no sadness, not even the smallest discomfort. And above all of that, above all the rivers and the palaces and the fruit and the gardens, the believers will look upon the face of Allah. And the scholars say that when they see Him, they will forget every blessing they were ever given, because that moment will be greater than all of them combined. This is where we are headed. This is the destination. And the question that should be shaking every single one of us right now is, are we ready? Because the grave is waiting. The angels are already assigned. And the day you take your last breath, this journey begins whether you prepared for it or not. May Allah make us from those who leave this world with the testimony of faith on our lips, whose graves are filled with light, whose souls are raised in honor, and who cross the bridge to an eternity of peace. Ameen. If this video gave you something to think about, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more content like this, and leave a comment below. What part of this journey affected you the most? I read every single one. Jazakallah khair.